In this video, we will discuss about leadership. Means in the previous, that is element of directing, we have discussed two things. That is, you can say the leadership and communication, that is left. And before that, we have discussed the motivation. We have discussed in the previous videos. Now, leadership and communication, these are two left. First, we will discuss leadership in this case. First of all, what is the leadership? Meaning of leadership is, it is the ability, or you can say it is the process of influencing others, or it is the process of influencing others in such a way that people voluntarily come forward for the achievement of organizational goal. It is the ability, or leadership is the quality, or you can say the process of influencing others so that they strive willingly. They strive willingly for the achievement of organizational goal. It is the process of influencing. So how you influence people or in an organization such that people strive willingly, means they come on their own to do the work for the achievement of the organizational goal. Now, features of leadership is, first of all, features of leadership, it is the ability. It is the ability to influence. Leadership, it is the ability to influence others. Influence others. It is the ability, in the definition itself I told just now, it is the ability to influence others such that people strive willingly for the achievement of organizational goal. So it is the ability to influence others. Moreover, second is, it is a continuous process. It is a continuous process. Leadership is a continuous process, means every time, means all the time, a person should be leading his team. Means it is a continuous process because a leader continuously lead his team or lead his followers. Means the leaders, those who follow a leaders are known as followers, and the team along with the leader, that is, one should be a leader and another should be follower, and it should be such, the leader should influence his team in such a manner or follower in such a manner that all the followers or all the team members strive willingly. So it is a continuous process. Leader have to lead the team continuously. Third, it is behavioral in nature. It is behavioral. Behavior in nature. Means leadership is the quality of influencing the behavior of other person. Under leadership, the leader tries to influence the behavior of the person such that they strive willingly for the achievement of organizational goals. So it is related with the behavior. It is related with influencing the behavior. So it is also called as, its feature is that it is behavioral in nature. Next is, it is for achievement of common goal. Achievement of common goal. It is for the achievement of the common goal. This leadership, the leader leads this team for the achievement of what? The common goal. That is goal of the team or goal of the, you can say, the organization. Means within an organization there can be various teams can also be there. Then also there will be a common goal of the team as well as common goal for the whole organization will also be there. So leader will try to achieve the common goal of the whole organization as well as his individual team. The goal of the team as well as the goal of the organization will be different, but it will be related to one another. Means by achieving the goal of the team, the goal of the organization, it will help in the achievement of the organizational goal. If the team achieves the goal, the organization will also achieve the goal. So it is related with, its feature is, it is for the achievement of common goal of the organization. Now these are the features of leadership. Now we will come to the types of leadership. Because there are various types of leadership, which means various persons have given their own views regarding types of leadership. So there are basically three types of leadership. These are, first of all, that is various, that is known as leadership style. Actually it is known as, the various styles are autocratic leadership, autocratic, or dictatorial style. Dictatorial style. The name itself is the autocratic. or dictator. He is the dictator. The leader dictates the terms and conditions to the followers. Means the leader will only be, there will be one-way communication. Simply through graphical representation, you can say this is the leader, suppose, and he will be dictating. He will be giving order and instruction to various person under him, say B, C, D, and E. And there will be only one-way communication. He will be giving only order. He is the leader, and these are the followers. So graphically you can say this, the leader gives only instruction, command, direction, and there will be one way basically communication will be there. The followers have to obey the order of the leader, and this is a one way communication wherein all the order and instruction are passed from the leader to the follower, and there will be no, you can say, the opposite conversation will not be there, and the followers have to obey whatever the leader said. Means in case of an organization, here what happens generally in case of manufacturing or where there is factory is there where production is being carried out, in that case the supervisor will be, you can say, the laborer. He will guiding the, you can say, giving order and instruction to the laborer. Basically this type of leadership is only suitable where only unskilled job is there. For unskilled job, this will be only suitable where unskilled job is there, and follower, the leader have to only give instruction and rest of the people have to follow, and it is possible basically in case of unskilled job only. So this is one type of leadership. Next is, you can say, the democratic style also. Democratic style of leadership. Under democratic style of leadership, you can say there is two-way communication between the leader and the follower. Graphically, you can represent this style as, this is the leader, suppose, and these are various followers A, B, C, and D. A, B, C, and D, and this is the leader, say C. So there will be two-way communication between the leader and the follower. There will be two-way communication. There will be two-way communication. Means everybody in the, you can say, team, they discuss, or you can say there will be discussion within the team, and after discussion within the team, decisions will be taken. Means every person, the leader is discussing or discusses with every team members, as well as the other team members will also discuss among them, and then the goal of the organization will be set. Here skilled work, it is suitable where work is of skilled nature. Their leadership style should be democratic, or it should generally democratic, so that every person can discuss and set the goal, because every person is knowledgeable person, and every person can, you can say, give their suggestion or important, you can say, contribution for the decision making. And since every person is skilled, every person, all the team members can give their suggestion, and after discussion a decision will be taken in the group. So this is a democratic style of leadership where every person's vote or every person, you can say, viewpoint is taken care of, and a final decision is taken regarding the goals to be set by the organization, and the leader will decide after consulting with every individual of the team. So this is one form of leadership style. The third is the, you can say, the Lazarus square, or you can say free rein leader also is known as. Free rein leadership. Free rein leadership style also. Here there is complete, the leader is, you can say, not much of important here. Rest of the team members are basically important. This is the leader, and rest of the team members A, B, C, and D. They will discuss among themselves. The team member, they discusses among themselves. There will be communication between the team members. There will be complete communication. Everyone will be discussing with everyone. There will be two-way communication between the members will be there. So there the leader do not take too much, you can say, do not play an important role. He plays an important role, but the other team members, they basically decide what are the work to be done. The leader is generally only for, you can say, whenever any problem arises or some issue is there or some, you can say, instruction or guidance is required, then only the leader will come into picture. He is only a facilitator. The leader is only a facilitator. Rest of the team members, they discuss among themselves and set the goal of the team or for the organization. And in case it is there is any work is required which can be only done by the help of the leader, so he will be acting as a facilitator so that other team member do not face any problem. If any problem arises, the team member can take the help of the leader only when situation arises or only when the team members thinks that the view of the leader is to be taken. Otherwise, they can discuss the things among themselves. This is especially in case of highly skilled job. Highly skilled work, you can say. Highly skilled job. Here the team members are, you can say, specialists in their field of operation. In their field, they will be expert in their field of operation, whichever field they belong. And so the leader will not be, you can say, expert of all the field. He can be only an expert of one individual field or one field, but the rest of the member will be specialist among them. So the leader is generally not in a position also to guide all the team members, because he is not a specialist of all the things which are, means A, B, C, D may be specialist of different fields. So leader will not, one person cannot be a specialist in many fields. So obviously he will only act as a facilitator so that the goal of the team as an individual can be achieved. The team individually they can achieve the goal, and moreover the leader is actually not in a position that he is not highly skilled in all type of job. He may be skilled in one type of job, but he will not be skilled in all type of job. So he cannot, you can say, guide or instruct others. So basically he acts as a facilitator. He acts as a facilitator means he only help the team members so that if they face any problem, then only he will come into picture. Otherwise, the rest of the team members, they decide among themselves what is the goal to be set, what is to be done, and they will set their own goal and try to achieve that goal also. And the leader do not play an important role here. Only he act as a team leader only, but he do not have too much important role, because the job involved or the work involved is very of highly skilled in nature, and the individual who is responsible for their work are themselves specialists in their particular field of operation. So these are the various types of leadership, and you can say which are moreover the situation under which the leadership style will be suitable also. Next we will discuss in the next video regarding communication.